Hi, I'm Tree and this is Stitchless TV. Now today on Stitchless TV I'm going to show you two ways to add a ribbed neckline to a t-shirt, and we'll talk a little bit about sewing with stretch or knit fabrics. So this is the easiest way I know to add a ribbed neck to a t-shirt. So one super duper important thing to know when you are sewing stretch fabric is you need stretch needle or a ballpoint needle. So we've got our fabric. This is my leftover fabric. I've got a little leftover, haven't I? I'm going to cut a long strip which I'm going to use for the ribbing. Remember, I have to fold it over. So I think I probably just always do it a bit wider because you can always trim it off after it's been attached. So what have I got there? About 4 centimetres, I'd say. And then you just cut a long strip. Now it's really annoying how it just all curls in. Don't worry about it because we'll press it. So look, it's really annoying. See how it just all curls. Get off, get off, get off. But what we're going to do, see, I'm just going to press it. So you put the wrong sides together, get it in the middle like that, and you're just going to press it. Now I'm not stretching it at this point. All I'm doing is I'm just pressing it so I have a bit more control over it. Look, that's so much better than that curly sausage, isn't it? So you do that all the way along. So I've got my strip, I've just folded it over and I made sure that it's perfectly on the edge because I just want to trim it back a little bit so it's a bit neater and a bit more manageable. Right, now what we're going to do with this, so this is the open top, it's all opened out, open shoulder seam, so all I'm going to do is apply it around here as if it's ribbing. So in order to do that, I'm going to put it there, and as I sew, I stretch. As I sew, only stretch the ribbing. So I'm going to add that strip now onto the neckline, the strip that I'm using as ribbing to finish off the neckline, and I'm going to stretch the strip as I sew, but not the neckline. I'm going to trim off that excess bit and make sure you trim it off just a little bit extra, just in case. So that's what we've got. Now I'm just going to zigzag that raw edge before we top stitch it. So now, see all these little bumpy bits here where it looks like it's puckering? Don't worry about it because we're going to press them out. They'll become like that when we press them. And we're going to press this seam so it's flat like that. So I'm going to do that now with the iron. But I just want to say something about the pressing. Try and have it so it's falling into the shape of how it's going to be. So don't have it all straight because then you won't get the shape of the neckline as you're pressing, because you are stretching it but you want it to be in the shape. So I've got it sort of round like this and I'm just sort of easing it a little bit and pressing it like that little corner there. I want that to go in where it's sticking up. So if I just go like that a bit, it will sort of shape itself like that. So look, this is what we've got so far. Now what I'm going to do, we've now got to stitch up the other shoulder seam. Now what we're going to do, it's very important to make sure that that's exactly together. Trim off those excess bits so it's in line with the shoulder. And so you're going to stitch along the shoulder, zigzag it and press it. Look at the finish on that neckline. Okay, look, that didn't involve any skill. All that we did, we just trapped it in there. And then when it's all pressed, it's all neat and you can't see it. This just looks like a regular t-shirt. Well, the finishing off looks like a regular t-shirt, otherwise it's an amazing, amazing designer looking t-shirt. Now, look, there is absolutely nothing wrong with that, is there? Look. It looks completely flat, it stretches, and you don't even see the little join. So now for the second way, which is for a little bit more experienced sewers, but really it's not difficult at all. Now when you do this method, the first thing that you need to do is to get a strip of fabric. Press it in half. Now my fabric started out being about, what's that, two and a bit inches, which I think is 5 centimeters. And then I've pressed it in half. Now what's very important is when you press it in half, do not stretch it. Okay, you want it all nice and flat. And then what you do is you go around your top with a little bit of a stretch, measuring how much of that you need. And then you've got to remember you go around the back as well. Okay, so you measure it out. And then when you've measured it out, you then have to stitch it into a circle and press the seams flat. Now when you're happy with the size of your circle, I want you to do notches. Can you see my little snips? They're notches. Now they're going to act like landmarks. I've also put notches that show the centre front and the centre back on my neck. So I've folded my ribbed collar in half. So there's the seam. So I've done a notch on that side, and then I've folded it the other way, lined up the front notch with the back notch, and done a little notch there. So I've ended up with 4 notches. Now I think I'm going to have that seam at the back, but you can have it a little bit to the side if you want. But I'm definitely having it at the back. Now decide which way you want. You may not have a stripe like mine, so I have got a stripe, and I want mine to look like this. Now I think a good place to start is probably at the back. So when we start, we'll be putting our fabric right sides together, and using a lightning stitch or a small zigzag stitch. As we sew around, we're just going to stretch our ribbing to fit our space. But I'm going to do it now so you'll see. We're going to have to put it on either this lightning stitch here, which looks like lightning, or on the zigzag. Now I'm not that keen on the lightning stitch when I do my collars, so I think I'm just going to put it on a small zigzag stitch. So I've got it on number 2 on the amount of zigzag, and then sort of 2.5 on the size. So I'm now inside the circle of the neck. I've got my ribbing. I'm going to put it right sides and put the seam at the back. That's how I've decided to do it. Put your needle in. So I've got a stretch or a ballpoint needle on there. Now I want to know where I'm going to be going first before I begin, and my needle's in. I've got a little notch here, so that notch has got to reach that shoulder over there. So we do it in stages. I'm stretching it enough so that it reaches there. I think I'm going to sew along this line. So I've done that, my needle's in. I'm going to stretch it again, lining up all the edges. Yep, that seems good to me. So let's get down. So what is important is that you stretch the top fabric, but don't stretch the bottom fabric. That's very, very important. You hear me say that quite a lot. Needle in so you can line up your next stage. Now there's my next notch, which is going to be my front. I can see that I'm going to get stuck in a minute and I'll have to come off the machine, but let's keep going for now. Until that notch meets at the front. So leave the needle in so I can go a little bit more. Okay, same amount of stretch, lining up all of those edges. Right, I'm going to come off the machine now because I need to move my ribbed neck to the other side actually. Right, so I'm just going to go back to where I was. We're inside the neck. Okay, you can see, look, we're inside the neck. And I'm just going back to where we were just a minute ago. So line it all exactly the same, just how it was before. And I'm going to over sew a little bit there, look. Just over sew as if it didn't happen. So now I've got to line up the next notch, which is here, with the shoulder there. Okay, so I want you to see this. So because it wasn't quite fitting, I've had to unpick some of where I started, and now I'm just sort of easing it a bit more to make it fit. Now you can see why that other method is good for beginners, can't you? Because that would never have happened using the other method, because you just keep going until it fits. Anyway, we're nearly there. So when you do get to the end, just sew over a little bit from where you started, and then backwards and forwards, and then you can have a look. Now when you first see it, you think, oh no, look, it's terrible, it's all puckered. But the thing is, when you press it out into shape, that's very important, it just becomes nice and flat. So look, when you press it, you have to press it so you keep it in its shape, like that. Don't ever press it so you open it out in a straight line. You keep it in the curved shape that it is. Now the next thing I want you to do is trim back some of this excess to about 2 millimeters away, all the way around. Now when you've done that, if you want, you can then just take it and overlock it on the overlocker. But I thought I might try a bit of twin needle going around the edge. Right, I've changed my needle to a twin needle because I'm just going to try something. Some top stitching around the neck of our t-shirt. So I'm going to start on a white bit, so if it goes wrong, hopefully it doesn't show too much. I'm going to push all of the seam allowance away from the neck. So I'll start there. I want quite a large stitch, don't want any zigzag, so it's got to be on straight stitch. I want it on at least number 3, pushing everything away, and try and follow the edge of the ribbed neck. Now I don't need to do any stretching because it's already going to stretch because it's a zigzag stitch underneath. Now the trick is to stay equidistant away from the edge. So I'm going to go away and I'll show you when it's done. Right, it's looking pretty professional and good, so I kept going. Now when we get to the end, I don't like going backwards and forwards with a twin needle, it doesn't work very well. So because I'm going to finish on the white, I'll just over sew it and then possibly pull the threads beneath. So look at that. If you're brave enough, I think that just looks so professional. But what I would say is underneath you still need to trim back some bits. But that is so good. Thank you so much for watching. I will be finishing off the top and I'll make sure I'll show you it when it's done. But remember to have a look at all the other videos that we have that relate to sewing with stretch or knitted fabric. And don't be scared, it's easy. See you again very soon. Bye. Oh, and sorry I didn't get dressed up for this video. Next time. Bye.